All right, Football Friday, December 20th, brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. When you bring people together at live events, the experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. You know how much we love Game Time now with their brand new Game Time Picks feature. They're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I was looking at tomorrow's playoff game, Ohio State, Tennessee, at Ohio State. The college football show will be there.
Yep.
Ed will be there.
Yep.
So an amazing deal in Game Time Picks gets you in the building for $113. Just pull up the chosen event and turn on the GT Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those Tennessee, Ohio State tickets now with Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PICKS for $20 off your purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code PICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game Time. If you're buying stuff for a white elephant as well, this is going to be the thing that moves around.
That's
Buy it
not
a couple
a
months
bad idea.
Especially a couple of months in advance. Buy Brooklyn Nets tickets if you're around here. Local NBA team, couple of months in advance, so you know you can get off of that game or something like that. February, that'll get traded.
Even if you're a baseball guy, Mets, Yankees, I think around there.
You get traded a maximum amount of times in a white elephant. Damn. So shout out to Game Time. Perfect type of gift. All right, Football Friday. As we always do, we'll break down the card. Kansas City minus 3.5 against Houston plus 3.5. 42 is the total. You usually look at this line and you go, why are the Chiefs only minus 3.5? Well, Mahomes probably isn't playing.
No, I think he is.
He is going to play.
No, the line moved because they were about to be like dogs, I think, if he wasn't playing. And it looks like he is going to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously early out, but it does look promising for Mahomes.
Yeah, it sounds like he said he was more hurt in the playoff run a couple years ago when he played through it the whole time.
Is it a little risky to play him, though?
You could argue that.
You could, but he's such a tough guy. I do think the number one seed is still like very much in play. Like you need that.
You could rest at the bye, but then again, like
that's what I'm saying. I think I think you play to win these games. You give him that. Make sure to get him that rest when it matters.
Maybe
if he says he's good, I think he's good. Like I wouldn't be worried about him.
All right, walk me through this. If they win the next two games, right? Then they would that last week is meaningless, right?
Yes.
So you could almost give Mahomes.
Right?
That's
2 weeks off,
I believe
right?
So that's what I'm saying. Give him a lot of time.
So now we have 2 weeks off. He'd have, and then you can.
What do they have on the Bills? They have a 1-game lead or a 2-game?
2-game lead.
2-game lead, right?
But the Bills have the tiebreaker. It's really
the Bills have a tiebreaker.
It's really a buck and a half. But if they win the next two, then it's irrelevant, you know.
And they're both tough games. Like they're playing 3 playoff teams in a row to end their season.
It's at Houston and then where?
And then they play at.
Not at Houston. It's
home against Houston, then at Pittsburgh. So it's tough game.
And at Denver.
And then at Denver, who they should have lost from the first time. So
that game might not mean anything.
No, for sure. But they're ending the season with 3 playoff teams and really two potential division winners.
You win these next 2, you could rest them for 2 weeks. Yep. I like that strategy.
Yeah,
having said that, though, I have no idea what condition he's in, so I could be talking out my ass.
Also, Hollywood Brown, it looks like he's going to play in this game.
Yeah, right.
First time he's played all year. Also crazy, this Saturday they're giving us the 2 best games by far. Like not even close.
Not only is Saturday, but it's also playoff football, college football Saturday.
Saturday
is crazy.
Saturday football is like one of the better just football Saturdays like you'll ever have in terms of just quality of games. Like, listen, we've seen better like college football Saturdays where there's like, oh my God, there's a million games. But having 3 playoff games and 2 matchups with like clear playoff teams in the NFL.
Absolutely.
In a game, especially the second game that we're going to get to, like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, could potentially are very good chances determines the division.
Yes.
Like massive games.
It's actually wild because the Thursday night game, last night's game, that's Broncos Chargers.
Yep.
2 playoff teams, and then you have 4 more playoff teams on Saturday. That's a lot of playoff prime time.
It's unfortunate to say. I was even looking at the last couple of days.
Oh, AFC playoff prime time, by the way.
After once you get through like obviously like last night and then these 2 bad. Like the NFL slate on Sunday.
It must be. There's nobody left.
The NFL slate on Sunday is bad.
I don't want to look ahead.
I'll read it off and you tell me like what
you can read it off. But I think
Giants Falcons bad. Rams Jets Rams are good. Like
don't watch the Jets.
Probably one of the only good ones. Eagles Commanders good.
Good game.
Cardinals Panthers bad.
Yeah.
Browns Bengals. Titans Colts.
These are horrible games.
Lions Bears.
Yeah.
This one good. Vikings Seahawks good. And Gino's gonna play. So he's healthy. It's good. So game. Good game. Patriots Bills bad. 14-point spread.
Horrific, yeah.
The great horrific game. Lot of stakes. Jaguars Raiders.
Yes.
I think I've decided already.
I have a play on that game.
That I'm putting like an emotional hedge bet just on the Jaguars money line.
I think
The Raiders are
Jaguars.
favorites, so I think I'm taking the Jaguars because I'm saying like I'm either winning money or like the Giants are getting the number 1 pick. If they don't fuck it up and win.
We haven't gotten that game yet. I almost always take the money on, but in that case, these teams so bad. I'm actually taking that point. I might need it.
Just take the plus 1.5.
You need that point because it might be a tie.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but week 17, I did see some tweets that are going out. The way that the schedule is laid out, there's some bad ones as well because all right, so we're getting in the weeds, but
that's what we do best.
You go Kansas City, Pittsburgh on Christmas. You go Baltimore, Houston on Christmas.
Good game.
Both good games. Seattle at the Bears on Thursday night.
Yeah, not great.
Not great. Saturday, there's a triple header on the 28th. Chargers at Patriots. Involves a bad team. Yeah, or one of those, like we talk about ace and whatever, like a face card in blackjack. Denver at Cincinnati is compelling, but Cincinnati. That's a good game.
That's a good game. That's a good game.
Cardinals-Rams is good Saturday.
Yeah, that actually is. That could have real stakes.
But the problem is what it does is takes everything away from Sunday. Jets, Bills, Titans, Jaguars, Packers, Vikings. Legit. One good one. Vegas, Saints.
Bad.
Colts, Giants.
Bad.
Panthers, Bucks.
Bad.
Dolphins, Browns, Cowboys, Eagles, Falcons, Commanders, Sunday night.
Falcons,
it's
Commanders,
a good one. It
actually.
saves it Sunday night.
Good game.
I listed a lot of crap before we got to some good ones.
And that's also a primetime game.
That's week 17 is bad. Week 17.
That's the problem. There's so many bad teams in the NFL this year. Now that's not gonna be a problem come playoff time because they're all gone. But until we get there, there's so many shitty teams in the NFL.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of the game that's going to decide the division. All right. So play in Kansas City. Nobody plays anything.
I kind of like Kansas City.
Okay.
I'll play him. So if you can, especially getting it at 3, like I'd even buy the hook and just get it at 3. I'll play Kansas City.
I'm staying away. I need to see how Mahomes looks before I can bet that.
All right.
Game.
Baltimore minus 6.5 hosting Pittsburgh. Total is 45.
This to me is like the most auto Steelers bet of all time.
Yeah.
No. Listen, if they lose, they lose. I've been wrong many times. I'll be wrong again. But I love the Steelers here. I know they didn't look great. The Eagles I think are really, really good. The Eagles like Super Bowl good. Really good.
Mm-hmm.
The division game, Tomlin as a dog. I know like he had a great dog record. He just lost his one obviously with the Eagles. But catching 6.5, like they just beat the Baltimore earlier this year, granted in Pittsburgh. But it was a similar spot where they were like 6-point dogs, and it was like, why? They went, or they were at least like 3 or 3.5, something like that. They were dogs. They went outright. This just seems to me like way too many points. We've seen this, I don't know, the Ravens, we've seen them like kind of be like, oh, like, who are they? Where they can look amazing, they can look bad. This to me is just, for a division game, that's going to be a hard-fought physical game, I think. Just way too many points. This is like for me, like an auto play. Auto Steelers, like big play, plus 6.5.
I just don't like the way the Steelers have trended, I guess, down the stretch here. You know what I mean?
No, they haven't been playing their best football.
Yeah.
No.
I took the cowards.
They were a lot sexier earlier in the year.
I'm with you, Ev, on the Steelers. I just bumped it to 7, which is a minus 133, so it's a little juicy there. But or plus 7, excuse me. I just really wanted those 7 points, so as opposed to 6.5. So might maybe a cowardly way to go, but I'm with you on the Steelers. I think everything else you said I agree with.
Like if the Steelers, it wouldn't shock me at all if the Steelers just won this game.
No, it wouldn't. No, that wouldn't shock me either. Honestly,
yeah, this is just a division game like this, just 6.5.
Two good teams.
Two good teams with a good defense. Like that has played well against this specific offense. Like in literally even just this season.
You know what I'm scared of? I'm scared of being like a 3-point game and then the Ravens just score like that last 7 in kind of garbage time.
I also, the thing with the Ravens too, I don't know how good the Ravens defense is. It's not bad, but I don't know if it's that same, like that amazing Ravens defense that we're used to.
I think it's a fair concern.
It's good. Like it's not, but I don't know. The Steelers
it's not elite.
It's
I'll say that. The Steelers
is elite.
Have an elite defense. The Ravens, I don't think they're there.
Like this Steelers with the points is like maybe my favorite NFL play, probably of the weekend, to be honest. It's the one I probably feel the most confident.
Are you on the Ravens, Bosco?
No, I would. I'd lean Ravens a little bit. Yeah, I ain't betting it, but the way it's weird though because Steelers haven't been great for me down the stretch here, and the Ravens love to keep people in games. It's Tomlin as a dog. for the division, maybe get a last-ditch effort.
I'm just getting a touchdown,
Seems
though.
like
It's
Pickens-
Like a full touchdown.
Seems
against
like
the
Pickens
Steelers.
is coming back, I think.
They're saying probably he's going to
Yeah.
play, which I think that's definitely held them back from like he just is such a game changer in terms of like the pass game being dynamic,
especially
like,
with
he's the guy.
Russ.
That's what I'm saying. He's the guy. Like he kind of sets the table for like the other receivers and even the run game. Like him being back, I think is. I don't know. I love this. Like, I think they're so live even in the money line.
Detroit minus 6.5 against Chicago. Total 48.5. Total 48. I apologize.
God,
It seems like it's going to be the most public play
Give me the Bears
of the year.
plus 6.5.
Yeah,
I
interdivision home dog. I get it with the Bears, dude.
They should have just beat them.
Lions are playing for
Bears-
everything with the one, and they got everybody up their ass.
The Bears just time and time again, I feel like have hurt me, and I just can't quit them because I see like there obviously is a lot of things missing, offensive line specifically, but I just look at this team and I'm like, the defense is good. I'm like, oh my god, like it's just Detroit's defense is atrocious. Like it's so bad now with all the injuries they've had. They're looking like even Campbell's and they fucking like if we win by one, like we're happy with it.
I'm out of the Detroit Lions. Their defense is not good enough to win a Super Bowl. Their
I don't think it
defense
is either
may not be
anymore.
good enough to win a playoff game, in my opinion.
I don't know about that.
so-
I don't know about when a playoff game bad, but I kind of agree that I think now in my head the Eagles are now like the team to beat in the.
Well, here's the thing.
NFC.
Yeah, I would.
I think
shift that.
right now
That's
I would
fine.
say if they were playing head to head and you were giving me like no odds, I'm taking the Eagles.
Phil. I mean, you're getting a little crazy with.
I'm not getting that crazy.
All right. Well, I will.
I think you're getting crazy saying they can't win a playoff game.
I was just gonna say. All right. Who are the offenses that worry you in the first round or not
Literally
first
all
round?
of them versus Detroit. They have nobody on the
Yeah,
defensive line.
I was gonna say like I didn't think the NFC defenses were something or offenses were something to worry about. Tampa's really good. I think the Rams could be good. I think the Packers could be good.
Rams is the
Vikings
scary
are
one.
efficient. The Vikings I would list like last in that. But if you get any of those in a divisional matchup, yes, I do worry Detroit.
Well,
I
you don't even know
thought
it's
what you were saying
divisional.
was crazy, but I guess you got a point.
Let's say they drop down to the 5 seed. They have to go on a road game to NFC West, NFC South team. It's like
They'd have to go to Tampa probably.
they could go to Tampa. They could end up
That'd be a tough
in
game.
LA for all we know.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
Rams
that's
play
true.
them
That's
tough.
true. No,
I think
Phil's right.
Tampa already beat the Lions. I think Tampa could really scare the Lions.
No, but Meek's right. Like they play Minnesota week 18.
Yes.
Where if things like that could be for the division. If they lose that game, they could legitimately go from the 1 seed to a wild card.
there's a chance they
and then
don't get
now
a
they're
home
going
game.
on the road, like to the Rams or to Tampa most likely.
They can stay home,
Those are-
though. That
those
offense
are-
is so good there. I think they can overcome a lot of defensive shortcomings. Not all of them.
Yeah, but it could turn into a shootout. The Rams or Bucks could be in a shootout.
I mean, they almost lost to the Rams last year in this play. Like,
Right.
Phil for me took it to a touch too far, saying I don't think they can beat anyone in the playoffs. But I absolutely they definitely especially if they're the 5 seed, they could easily go on the road and lose to either of those
I
teams.
don't
To
have a bold take. I feel like it's just too square to say the 1 seed currently NFC, they're so good. It's like they could easily be one done. They remind me of what team they remind me of? The Eagles of last season, where they kept winning games, but you just know the bottom's gonna fall out eventually.
No, but the Eagles last year, they what did they lose 4 in a row or 5 and 6? This is a little bit
What
different
if the
than
Lions
that.
do that to end the season? We don't know.
But now you're casting
Now
something
I'm-
on them
now
that
I'm
hasn't
casting
happened yet.
something, Yeah, now I'm just projecting.
Because even the Bills game, they scored 42 points on the Bills.
The Bills,
the
were in
Bills are
control.
great.
The Bills were in control of that game from start to finish.
No,
though.
totally. But I'm saying the Bills are the Bills though.
Yeah.
They're losing to a Super Bowl contender. The Eagles down the stretch were losing to cupcakes. They were just bad.
That is true. They did lose to Drew Lock, but this is the test for the Lions. How real are you? If the Lions go out there and absolutely destroy the Bears by 24, 30 points, you know what? Maybe I was a little too harsh on them. But if this is a game you squeak out by a touchdown and let Caleb Williams throw all over you, you're not winning a playoff game versus a Baker Mayfield or a Matt Stafford.
Can Caleb Williams throw all over them, even as bad as their defense is?
I don't think so.
So he did in the second half of the first
Yeah.
game.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I would say he did in the second half. And
Chicago's offense does not look good. Right?
no, it's in total disarray. But it's so weird because even I don't know. Every time I watch them, it's it's there and it's a variety of things. It's the offensive line. It's Caleb Williams holding them back. It's just I don't know. I just see they show me just enough flashes where I keep getting entranced by them and then losing money on them. So I'll probably do that here again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do agree with a lot of things Phil's saying though. the Lions defense is so bad now because they've had so many injuries. And now no Montgomery. Like, how does that affect their run game with just Gibbs? Having like the 1-2 punch was like big for them. Now they just have one guy. Like, how does it affect like what they want to do?
This is also another important note. It's supposed to be 18 degrees on Sunday in Chicago.
And Goff is like hard, like
bad on the
big like weather dome guy. Has not played well in those spots. Yeah, I'll probably be on the Bears at the points.
I have one play in this game.
That's a hold your nose, though. Yeah, I was just
literally.
Yeah.
I'll be holding.
It's a hold your nose.
I'll be holding.
Yeah.
I have one play in this game. It's my play of the week. Caleb Williams under half its interception. It's plus 130, plus money. He hasn't done it in 8 weeks.
Detroit's defense banged up. Yeah.
8 weeks he hasn't thrown an interception. They don't have him throwing deep. It's not an accident. Plus money, plus 130. Play of the week.
Cincinnati minus 7.5 hosting Cleveland. Total 47. Who's starting for Cleveland?
DTR.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Cincinnati playing a little bit better. I worry about their defense. 7.5 is a lot of points.
The hook scares me.
It's a lot of points. And if you
I think the Bengals have come around late, but like
the Browns own Joe Burrow's Bengals. They own them. They always win. His record, hold on. Did they win earlier this year against them? Because their record against them is it's horrible. Burrow always loses to them. I need to look that up quick. If they won, I can't remember if they.
You got to play in this
I'm
one.
pretty sure like all the Browns wins are versus the division.
Cincinnati's weird. Cincinnati's is like still gasping for a fucking wild card.
The Bengals,
are they not?
The Bengals beat the Browns in a week.
Bengals
like
are pretty fucked. I have a feature on that.
I think the Bengals are fucked. Yeah, I agree.
Here's my issue.
It's in that spot where you're still playing it out. I don't know.
So 7.5's a big number, right? But here's the other side of things. DTR career touchdowns 1, career interception 7. This guy stinks. I mean, this guy just stinks.
Cincinnati's got bad defense though.
They have a bad defense. So the 7's a little too much for me. I tried to get this 7.5's too much for me. I tried to get to 7. Even that's like minus 133. And then kind of like what Ev was saying, where like Burrow just does play bad against the Browns. Like
they did.
Fancy kind of owns his balls a little bit. I'm like, so I'm staying away.
They did beat him earlier this year. They beat him 21-14, and it was like a 21-7 game where Cleveland scored late to make it 21-14. So they did handle him earlier this year, and but I think that might have been a game that. Not that it even matters that much that Watson got hurt, maybe, because I saw just looking at this just box score looking. Watson started, DTR play had led the Browns in rushing yards that day, so I know he did get banged up. I don't know. This is a tough one. For me, it's probably a Browns or stay away probably.
I'm trying to be conservative this week because I need to make up 6 credits to be in the positive for this show for the year, and I'm trying to not be willy nilly and trying to put myself in good position as possible for that last week. 6 credits, 6 units in 15 days or 12 days is a lot.
Spots.
I know. I'm trying to
do a 6-unit play on your favorite play.
I'm going to if it comes down to the last day. Hopefully it won't be 6. Hopefully it'll be 3 units.
That'd be a little asterisk.
Or no, not units. I'm sorry. No, that's not what I would. That's not what I do.
Gotcha.
I would do like a plus 600 or a plus 700.
All right, that's fair.
I wouldn't do a 6 unit. That is asterisk.
I was just gonna say that because
we don't do that here. Everything's 1 unit here. I wouldn't do that.
That's fair. That's fair.
I would pick, but I'm trying to get that number down as small as possible, so I have.
No, a plus 300 is fair game.
What's that?
Monster money line parlay.
Let me finish it.
Sorry, I have a monster tease.
If you did a monster, if you won the year on the monster money line, I would
respect.
No, I have a monster tease coming up.
Got it.
The monster money line parlay save your season? Always has.
Always has, always will, baby.
Speaking of things that save your season, talking about Omaha Steaks.
It's Omaha Steaks. What a transition, Bosco. Omaha Steaks. Nothing delivers comfort and joy quite like the unrivaled quality and taste of Omaha Steaks. It's guaranteed perfection every single bite. And right now, you can save on unforgettable gifts with 50% of it's 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus, score an extra $30 off with promo code PICKS. 5 generations of experience, consistently deliver the world's best steak experience, and the gifting expert at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to deliver the perfect gift with thoughtfully curated gift packages featuring gourmet favorites. Like I said, I've talked about all week that white box. That white box comes in with the Omaha logo. You bust it open. It's got the dry ice in there. It's got all the frozen, the burgers, steaks, all types of cuts.
All individually wrapped
shirts,
nice and neat.
All wrapped nice. It's fantastic. I'm telling you, I've lived off Omaha burgers whole life. Dad loves them. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, legendary steaks, mouth-watering desserts, 50% off site-wide. Like I said, save 50% off site-wide for a limited time at omahasteaks.com. Plus, our listeners get an extra $30 off the promo code PICKS, P-I-C-K-S, 50% off, and another $30 off with promo code PICKS. Shout out Omaha Steaks, best in the business. Quality meats, quality steaks. Just unbelievable. I love Omaha Steaks, the best.
All right, a divisional game. Philly -3.5 going to Washington, total 45.5. Goes against everything you're supposed to do. Like, this team's rolling. Another team's kind of not. Washington's playing up and down. Talk me out of Philly -3.5. I'm on Philly.
I kind of like it.
I'm on Philly -3.5.
I know it's square. I kind of like
Goes against everything you're supposed to do.
I don't know. What, even the Commanders, I'm just not. I don't know. I just don't think they're good. Obviously, Jane Daniels is fantastic. Offense is great. They've been like a great story this year as kind of like the biggest come up team. But yeah, I like the Eagles. I think the Eagles are just rolling. And
2-3. Washington 2-3 in their last 5.
I just trust like the Eagles. The Eagles might just be like the best team in the NFL. They're just. I mean, from the offense, passing game got going last week. Rushing attack is obviously elite. Offensive line's great. Defense is really coming their own. Second, I mean, Quinyon Mitchell's unbelievable. Shutdown corner already.
The last time these two teams met, Eagles ran for 228 compared to Washington's 93. Outgained
Washington only won. I mean, the Eagles only won the game by 8.
Yeah, they did.
In Philly.
They won the game by 8. You're right.
In Philly. So here's the thing, and
it was close in going into the fourth quarter.
I'm not betting against Philly, but I'm also not betting this game. Divisional game in Washington when they just faced these guys a few weeks ago. 3.5. Just saying.
Yeah, this is one where
Philly was actually down 10-6 going into the fourth quarter.
They got Saquon broke a bunch of big ones late. I was on Washington. It was like a disgusting loss.
I was on the Eagles and I was sweating it out. I'm not touching this game, but there's enough scary horrors here that you're right. Philly is definitely better than the Commanders, but this isn't about that. It's about they just played each other. They know each other well. I'm staying away.
Yeah, no, I really
like Philly.
I really like the Eagles too.
Yeah,
I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you guys.
It's for me. I don't trust the Commanders' defense. Still, they've been better than we thought coming into the season. They're still not good.
Another one I expect to be the very public side, and maybe I'm an idiot, but you could be right. I think we're back to. I've actually been a Jets whisperer.
Oh, I have such a great play for this game.
Because I said they were going to beat Jacksonville.
What does Madden say, Phil?
That's exactly what I was going to do. I was going to sim a Madden game of Jets versus Rams, and whatever outcome it is, I will take that side.
All right, that's a very
Woody would want to do.
Random type thing.
It's not
No,
random
it's not.
because the article that came out today.
Yeah, Woody Johnson.
I'm missing the
Judy.
connect. I'm
Yeah.
missing the connect.
That's what
I
I said.
apologize. Yeah, what did he do?
Supposedly, and obviously, imagine Joe Douglas is leaking all this stuff out, which shows you how much Joe Douglas hates Woody Johnson, which is the real story here, not the Madden thing.
I forgot that, Madden.
But I guess Woody Johnson used Madden to decide that Jerry Jeudy wasn't worth trading for.
Basically, Douglas wanted to trade for Jeudy in the offseason. They even said they had like something almost like
I think they had a deal done
essentially.
Agreed to.
And that Woody, that Woody like nixed it or basically, and it was something to do with that he didn't like his Madden rating.
How
does that get out, dude?
Joe Douglas is leaking it. Joe Douglas is pissed.
What I think it is I think it was more something that was said like in jest that's now been taken like seriously.
you're right.
Because there were real reporters like Rossini and real reporters were saying it. Yeah. But I think it's something. I think they're talking to Douglas. Douglas is basically like, this guy's a clown. Like he runs this thing like it's fucking Madden. Like he has no. I would think that's more like
I don't know
how the Madden. Like I don't think Woody Johnson literally went to like his. Let me look at his Madden rating
Mike
and was like, we can't do this. Like I just think that's a little far fetched. I think something more like. I think that might have got thrown out at some point in jest or sometime in the exchange with Douglas and Woody Johnson, or something got said. I don't know.
You know what else was damning? Something else came out from that same article, I believe, is that Woody Johnson's teenage boys now are in the boardroom making decisions. Yeah, and Joe Douglas at one point says, I answer to a teenager.
That's great.
Which for me, as a 45-year-old man, those teenagers are going to outlive me by 30 years. So my whole life now, the Jets, is going to be Johnson, like led either by Woody or his kids. What the fuck are we doing here?
That's where I think some of those things. That's where I think Madden thinks.
I'll never get away from this. I'll never get away from this.
At least you won 2 Super Bowls in the offseason.
I never said. That's the thing. See, that's where I'll push back on you. I never said we were going to win the Super Bowl in the offseason.
No. I never said that. You won 2 offseason Super Bowls.
I know what that means. It wasn't like I said we won a Super. I don't know. Sure.
I mean, Mike.
Whatever
Williams,
gets you today, man. Your team still sucks, just like mine.
Mike Williams is an 87 overall on Madden.
That's the thing. At least I'm on the same side as you. Like I don't think the Patriots are ever going to be good at this point.
Oh, good. Oh, thank you. All right. You are on the same
I think
side.
Drake.
Progress.
I have legitimately called Drake May Matt Stafford in Detroit. That's the lowest compliment I could give a team.
That's fair.
But at least I had happiness at one
You
point.
did. I never had that. That's fair. I'll give you that. I'll say that all day.
I like the Rams here. I could be wrong. I like the Rams here a lot. Rams playing for a lot. I know the Jets turned it on in the second half last
cross-country?
week. Yeah,
New York?
I
kind of like the
I
Rams.
kind of like the Jets with 3 in the hook.
All right.
Like, I could see the Jets like having a lead here, and then they end up losing by like 3 late. Yeah, I'll take the Jets have burned me, but they've also come through for me a couple of times.
I haven't been wrong on the Jets in weeks. I was fading them for a while against
wrong.
the
I-
Colts,
well, this
Arizona,
was-
and then
I
I
was-
nailed them against Jacksonville. I've been a Jets whisperer.
Well, no, you won. That was when I was on Jacksonville. That was a infuriating bet to lose.
Oh, 100%.
3.5. That was infuriating. Especially even the last drive, they should have just kicked the field goal.
Yes.
Should have, but they could have.
I've lost enough money in the Jets year. I'm not betting this game.
Fair.
Atlanta minus 8.5 hosting the Giants. Penix under center or in shotgun, depending on what their offense does. Total 42. What?
That was good.
It was literal. You
was
know what I
good.
mean?
Yeah, that was
he
good.
might not be under center. 42 is the total. Atlanta minus 8.5. Rookie quarterback. As bad as the Giants are, you prepared to lay the 8.5 with Penix? A rejuvenated Falcons team? You're wearing the jersey, obviously rejuvenated.
I'm doing a monster tease. That's right. 10-point tease here. You get the Packers.
Oh, cross zero?
Packers down to 4. Bills down to 4, and then you do cross 0 with the Falcons to plus 1.5.
That's a cardinal sin.
But the other two, the Bills, you get it down to 4 against the Patriots, and then I'm getting the Packers down to 4 against the Saints. It's in Green Bay, and the Falcons, yeah, it's plus 1.5. I mean, it's not like that.
Yeah.
But I mean that's why I'm doing this. But I don't see any way the Falcons lose this game to the Giants. So I feel probably most correct.
Yeah, I don't think they lose, but I'm worried about cover as well. You know what I mean?
That's why I teased it.
That might be with me. I think there's a world where the Giants win this game.
It's scary.
It would be a
It's
nightmare.
scary.
Nightmare.
The most Giants thing ever would be the Raiders winning, and then the Giants also winning and just fucking it up.
Has like a 5 interception.
Yeah,
debut.
oh, man. But at the same time, I feel like I keep saying about the Giants, and they just keep losing. Like they're that bad.
Oh, and these games aren't even close.
That's what I'm saying. Like I keep being like up, like this, like the Dallas game. I'm like up, like this is the one, or like the Saints game. I'm like up, like nope, this is the one they'll win. Like Carolina in London. I'm like this is the one I know they'll win.
And they legitimate scare.
Yeah.
Imagine if Penix is good, we can really bring back Falcons.
I think he. I mean, I think he is. It just as the Giants, I won't bet against him in like any format. But yeah, I think it's tough to lay 8.5 on a rookie quarterback, almost no matter who they're playing. Even though this is like the worst team in the NFL, it is in Atlanta too, I guess.
But that's exactly why I went with the tease in this one, because like 8.5 with a rookie quarterback making his first start. I'm like, I don't know.
Also, Atlanta's defense isn't like spectacular,
No,
but it's solid, and it's probably good enough to make a Drew Lock-led Giants offense on the road look bad. Which pretty much any defense is good enough to do that.
Just a thought here: if Michael Penix shows out Sunday versus the Giants, there's a legitimate chance Joe Shane is fired, like on day before Christmas Eve, because he passed on Michael Penix. You could say
They're not going to fire him. They'll fire him at the end of the season.
It's true. I think
not
it's a
gonna do
fair
it then.
point. I think it's a fair point.
There's no way they fire him on.
I don't think they.
before
I don't think they.
Christmas
I think they would just wait to the end of the year. I agree.
They're
with
going to do
you,
that anyway.
But I
on the flip side, Phil, were they supposed to take Penix at what pick did we have?
6? Yes.
6,
In
yeah,
theory,
he
they
won
could
8.
have.
No one. People would have freaked out, right?
Penix was
I
a
don't
reach
think
at
people
8.
would've-
Like you,
no, he was
You
not
guys
a reach.
know better than I do.
He was not a reach at 8. It was the fact that the Falcons drafted him. They weren't reach.
All right.
The reason the Falcons drafted him because all the talk was there was no chance he was going to get by the Raiders.
Yeah.
And the Raiders were at like 10 or
The
something.
Raiders
All
took Bowers.
all right.
And they were like they were saying there was no chance he could pass the Raiders.
I also think you have to respect your prep.
like-
if they didn't love Penix, I don't hate not reaching at 6.
No, but
that's okay to me.
No,
Like,
hold on. It's a little bit two separate things. I don't think he gets fired like just because they lose. I think he's getting fired probably regardless.
Fired.
But I agree with Meek on that. It would be a horrific look where this quarterback who you could have taken.
That's a good point. That's a
is
good point.
Carving you
It
up.
shows your bad
As a
draft
rookie,
prep. That's
yes.
okay.
And-
Not the
and-
fact that they didn't draft him, but just the fact that your prep allowed you. It wasn't even in the conversation because I don't think Penix was in the conversation.
No, not really.
For the Giants. So
And-
that's
and
a
it
very
would
different
be-
conversation. That's
and
a
you're
good
seeing
point.
Bo Nix, another guy who they could have drafted, play very well.
Yep.
So like that'd be like now. And
Now you missed on
obviously
everybody, yeah.
And I know they tried with like they would have. I think with Washington, they would
have gave up more for May though. And
they could have maybe tried harder for Drake May. Like
I don't know how much harder we could have tried.
Well, you were too busy watching an NBA playoff game.
They did give up 3 first-round picks,
Yeah,
so they did give like a very legitimate offer, like a real offer. But obviously, I mean, they loved May and they need a quarterback, so it was kind of a tough.
And in fairness to the Giants, you guys did get neighbors. It wasn't like you guys got,
I don't think they made like a bad draft pick. It's more just, yeah.
We got a very productive piece. Arizona -5 hosting Carolina, total 47. Arizona's a weird team to me.
What's the line?
-5, total 47. Did it move?
No.
No,
down
it's exactly what it is right now.
Okay.
Carolina has definitely been playing a lot better.
I got nothing on this.
Me either.
Absolutely
I'm
nothing.
saying this game doesn't exist. Oh, the Cardinals, I guess.
Also, do you see the Kyler Murray's comments about playing in the cold?
What did he say?
You see, it was such a it was almost like Panthers. he goes, yeah, like I've played in cold before. He goes, how cold is it going to be? And the verse is 35 degrees. He goes, oh shit. Literally was his direct quote. He goes, oh shit.
I don't blame. That's how I feel every morning when I get out of the house.
But yeah, I kind of like the Panthers. Like they're playing better, and also the Cardinals have done this weird thing. They've done it with Murray, where they seem to always they start well and they end seasons really poorly. And this is kind of that time when I don't know, just going to Carolina. Another one
Panthers are playing a little better.
Cross country. Like they found something a little bit. Like I know they played bad. They got smoked by Dallas last week, but they had been playing better. I mean, they literally took the Chiefs literally to the wire, lost in a last-second field goal. They lost in overtime to the Bucs in a game that they really should have won. And they had the ball at the 30-yard line to win the game in overtime and fumbled it away. I like the Panthers catching points.
That total's kind of screaming me a little bit. I haven't made a decision, but that under is spicy. 47's a big number with two teams that aren't the best offensively.
That's fair.
I would lean under. Indianapolis -3.5 against Tennessee, total 42.5. Two absolutely bad teams. Indy clinging on to some kind of playoff hope for a wild card, very distant. But yeah, Tennessee's awful. I don't want to lay it with the Colts. I don't want to take it with Tennessee. This is the AFC South.
I'm with you, Rico.
The AFC South is trash.
This might be an under.
Trash, including the Houston Texans. Just the whole fucking division is dog shit.
Texans defense is pretty good.
They're good, but the team is so
I wish
all right, put it this way: the Texans coming into the season were they're going to contend for a Super Bowl. They're going to be really good. They're very much they are what they are type team.
They're that second. They're in that second tier.
Destined for Saturday at 4:00 in the wild card round. It's just it's not what we thought.
Does Mason Rudolph starting change your opinion of this game? It doesn't for me.
Not really.
Not at all. I didn't know he was starting until you said.
Yeah, he is under. Levis is awful.
42.5. That under might not be a bad play.
The under is probably the play for me.
I haven't made a decision yet on that. I'm still thinking about that one. I'm not going to pick a team here.
Minnesota -3 going to Seattle, total 43.5. Seattle much different at home. But the way they got run on, man. Minnesota -3, they just find a way to win.
I kind of like Seattle in the bounce back a little bit.
All right.
Catching a field goal.
In Seattle does play differently in Seattle.
In Minnesota, I feel like it's played a little differently on the road too.
Didn't happen last week.
I like Seattle here catching 3.
I haven't made up my mind.
I just think Green Bay still. It's funny, even though I know they lost to Minnesota. I still like Green Bay better as a team than Minnesota, just long term.
It's because the
quarterback play. I think their run game. Which listen, my Vikings run game is solid too. I don't know. I think they're both well coached. I do really like LaFleur.
Me too. I like O'Connell too, though.
That's what I'm saying. They're both really well coached.
Yeah.
I think O'Connell should be coach of the year.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I know Seattle at home. They really need this one. Backs against the wall. I think you get a good effort from them.
I would have gone Seattle here, but after what I saw last week, I can't do that.
Also, Minnesota's given up. I just think that game really the way they got gashed in the run, totally fair. I think it was already going. It really flipped it. When Geno went out, the game totally flipped on its head. It was the downgrade from Geno to Howell was so massive. They literally couldn't do anything after that.
Seattle hasn't announced. Do we know Geno's playing?
Oh, he's playing. He's full practice on Wednesday.
Is he? Okay.
Yes.
There's no line in him for passing right now.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, all right.
He's good. They said full participant practice yesterday on Wednesday. So, yeah, no, he's playing.
Couldn't help us out last week, but all right, that's fine.
Buffalo -14 against New England, total 46.5. A monster fucking spread here.
I think, what's the total?
46.5.
Kind of like the over. Because I think Buffalo will get like whatever they want.
Right.
And I think it'll be such a blowout that I think like Drake May and their offense, they'll be able to get like enough
49-27.
to get over this total. I
The
think
over
it's
does
like,
seem a little low.
I think it's like a 35 to like 17, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something like that.
63-27. I actually think they're going to get their doors blown off. The defense is going to be able to. I think they might go the entire game without punting. I still think Drake May will be able to lead like 2 or 3 touchdown drives.
I think so too. I think they'll be able to score enough to get it over.
So you know how I've been doing this Drake May interception for the last 5 and 5 for the last 5? He throws an interception every game. I'm not doing it this week. The line's 170. I'm like, all right.
Caught up to you.
Pick.
I'm good. They finally caught
Caught up
on.
to you.
I'm not.
Juicy.
I am not taking that. And as I mentioned earlier, the Bills are
Yeah.
part of my 10-point tees.
I'm taking under a half interception.
Under half interception.
I ride.
Plus money.
He'll throw one, but it's to the point where I watch every single snap of this guy, and like a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's never his fault." It
really isn't his fault.
It is incredible when you really watch the interceptions that he's thrown. Like last week's was one of the most like I was like, "Holy shit, Clemmer's onto something." Like it's not just even like bounces off someone's hands,
Right.
it was like out of reach, and then go like. It's right there, like bounces off someone's chest into the defender. He comes up with a new way to throw an interception every week.
I think
Now, with
the
that
5 weeks I've done this, only once has been his fault. The other 4
Right.
times was
I think
not.
The Titans one, there was one at the end of the game and one that was completely his fault, or maybe it was the Bears game, I forget. But
It's not. And like once in a while it's like a Hail Mary thing, but other times the receivers just can't make the plays.
yeah,
Well, what if you get turned in the first quarter and we hit the under that way on it?
this is
That
we're
could
in a
happen,
nightmare
sure.
scenario.
Well, I think Duke's very upset if Drake May gets
We're
hurt.
in a nightmare scenario where it's just like get through the next 3 weeks.
49ers.
Oh, by the way, if Duke's, if they lose that game, you get a tattoo.
Yes,
Yeah. Although, can the Pats get a better record than the Jets?
Doesn't matter. This was not the bet.
I know, but whatever.
They could, but it
yeah.
doesn't matter.
I
agree
have a
with
hard
Oscar.
time, like, you dunking on the Patriots, but the Jets also had a nightmare season.
Those are 2 separate things.
Yeah.
I made the bet because of his confidence. The Patriots I was certain was going to be a terrible team. Now, if Dukes was smart,
I will say this.
he could have. I would have said the
Put a
Jets win
caveat
over
in.
7 games.
Yeah,
I would have
Yeah.
been gung ho.
Should have been
He
parlay.
should have put a spread on like the Jets to
You
the.
should have had me do an
Yeah.
alternative bet for the
Patriots
Jets.
defense is
wins.
the Patriots defense is way worse than I thought it was going to be, like way worse. But at the same time, like I know you can't do like the look back. Looking back, the opportunities were there.
There were a couple games. That one
there
Miami
were
of the
more-
heel.
There were I can't say that what I thought was going to happen kind of happened without the actual results.
They did lose a few
that'll make
coin
sense-
flips.
that'll
They
make sense to
they
feel.
won a few close games too, though, right?
Like early,
the Jets-
the Titans one
Bengals
was tough.
game.
The Titans game was
Yeah.
tough. The Seahawks game was tough.
Yeah.
The Dolphins was probably the toughest.
Oh, and Frank laughed in your face for that too.
Right.
Yeah.
The Dolphins was the toughest.
Yeah.
49ers -1 going to Miami. Total 44.5. If I told you this was going to be a week, what are we in? 16?
Yep, 16.
This was going to be a week 16 game before the season. You would have drafted it at the top of the list. You'd be like, this is great. 49ers, Miami, probably both playing for divisions or both playing for playoff spots. This is who fucking gives a shit about this game?
and I still like San Fran.
Okay.
Miami playing a team with a pulse. I know they're 6-8. I know like the San Fran's like not these typical like good teams they lose to, but they still have a ton of talent. They're still well.
Pride.
They're
Yeah,
still
maybe
well
pride.
coached.
Pride.
I still think you get some pride out of them off like a long week, like extra few days to prepare, little recovery time. I think you're still gonna get guys like Purdy, like Kittle, like a Fred Warner. Like these guys are still gonna play hard. They're gonna play their ass off. Because they're still
It's
like
Miami against.
Oh,
yeah.
also, you got to remember the thing with San Fran. I know they're 6-8, and I know their playoff hopes are very glim. They're not dead.
They're not dead.
They're not dead. So I think you're still.
They've been
getting,
playing dead.
They played dead against.
They stink.
They played.
They do, man.
They do, but they like don't at the same time. They were bad on Thursday. I'm not going to argue. They're bad. They were bad. But the Dolphins, when they play a team with a pulse, they stink.
Oh, you're not wrong.
They stink, and I think San Fran has enough of a pulse to win this game.
I haven't
At
seen
home.
I'm not.
It's in San Fran, right? The game's in San Fran?
No, Miami.
Oh, it's in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
I still like San
That's
Fran.
why I'm like, I don't know.
I still like San Fran, but it worries me a little bit more. I thought it was in San Fran.
On the road, I'd be more likely to go Niners.
It actually makes sense why it's San Fran -1.
Yeah.
It's Miami, that makes sense. Give me San Fran. I like San Fran.
All right.
Vegas -1 against Jacksonville in the toilet bowl, total 40.5. If you win, it's great. All right,
It's
pride for
terrible.
You, but
You don't want to win.
Go Raiders.
bad for you. Yeah, bad for you.
Go Raiders.
Because it hurts the number 1 pick. So yes, we want the Raiders very much.
Jaguars win this
As a
game.
Giant
I think the Jaguars win this game. I think easily. I did grab the Jaguars +1 because I'm scared of these two teams being just shooting themselves in the foot. But I'm on the Jags big. I like them a lot.
Jags emotional money hedge. Jags money line. So if I'll either win money or the Giants might get the number 1 pick.
Did you see Mac Jones during this game last week? He was so confident. He's pointing. He's dancing.
He played well.
He was but he was like body language. He is loving life, and I think that energy when you have two shitty teams can be the difference. He wants to be there.
The only thing that I think I think this is just worth mentioning for the game. There's talks that Ritter out, McConnell's off the injury, potentially back in. I do think that makes a difference. I think it's worth mentioning. And because I think you've seen it specifically with O'Connell and Bowers is lethal.
Mm-hmm.
And without him the last 2 games, Bowers has been not really existent because they can't get him the ball.
But on the flip side, no Max Crosby rest of the year with the Raiders.
Yep.
True, but also they didn't play last week and they held the Falcons.
That's true.
15. However you want to talk about the Falcons
Cousins,
offense, however you want to describe it, totally fair. But they held them to 15. So whatever you want to put whatever value you want to put on that. But yeah, this for me is just emotional Jaguars because I either want money or I want the number 1 pick for the Giants. I'll be happy no matter what happens this result.
You got to take a playoff quarterback in this.
That's right.
You got to take
a Pro Bowler.
Yeah,
Pro Bowler.
Pro Bowler.
That's bizarre. That's a way to lay that out, but it's right.
Huntley's still the funniest, Pro Bowler.
The best, yeah.
Because it's Huntley. The big 3 are Huntley, Trubisky, and Mac Jones.
Because Mac Jones was also a top 100 player after, voted on by the players.
He was. No, that's
people,
true.
were he's going to be good.
Jesus.
And then Matt Patricia came into his life. And then the guy just legitimately.
Or the guy really could never throw long and it was inevitable.
It was both. It was.
I mean,
both can be true.
He was
both are true.
System.
I think Mac Jones is just he's just an okay quarterback.
He was the perfect. I saw something on Twitter the other day. It was redrafting, and he went 3rd, and people were like, "How could he go 3rd?" I agree in every facet of life, besides the fact that Shanahan was the head coach for the 3rd pick. There is a world where I still think Mac Jones goes to the 49ers and they win a Super Bowl.
He'd still be the starter.
It's the craziest thing.
I think I agree with. If he had went there, I think
if he had,
I do think Purdy is better than him. Purdy's better than him.
Purdy may not have gotten a shot.
But no, Purdy wouldn't have got drafted probably.
He would
if they
never
got Jones, but
a coach an offensive coordinator like Josh McDaniels or Shanahan would know his weakness and would never make him go outside of that weakness.
Yes.
He got exposed the next year when Matt Patricia tried to have him do things that he could not do.
Correct. I agree with that. I think there's truth.
I think there's too many things he couldn't do to be successful in the NFL.
I agree with that. I think if he put in that 49ers, I think they would have been a playoff team. They would have won playoff games. I don't know if they won a Super Bowl.
They haven't won one with.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think so, but I think I agree with the sentiment that if he was put in that situation, they made the playoffs with a much shittier one. I think as much as he became a clown show with Patricia,
he's at best
he was average-ish.
Yeah.
Wasn't he also horrible in that playoff game? Am I crazy?
They got blown out. They got totally blown out.
Patriots,
they lost 40.
Because they could game plan against somebody who couldn't throw the ball far.
They lost 45 to 10.
He wasn't horrible. The Bills didn't punt.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him to say the
It wouldn't have mattered if Mac Jones turned into Tom Brady.
There was a lot of holes in that.
That's a fun game to watch. I was laughing. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, they got smoked.
That would be
and they beat them earlier that year.
What happened to the Patriots that year would be the best memory as a Jets fan you've had in the last 2 decades.
Well, not 2 decades, but.
No, they've been in a title game, dudes.
I would say after this drought that you've had, getting blown out in the playoffs would be happier than you making the AFC Championship.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's me.
It's not true.
Yeah, I've seen the Jets make enough AFC champions that wouldn't be the case. Now, if they went to the Super Bowl and they got their doors blown off 50-0, that would be my happiest memory. How sad is that? So I'm not saying it's not pathetic.
Also, this is gonna be a callback that makes no sense, but I saw this in a DM recently. Do you remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about the Ravens-Giants 2000 Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Clemmer said everybody knew the Giants were going to get the doors blown off.
Yeah, I saw the line did not say that, right?
Somebody
closer,
DM'd
right?
me and goes, please tell Clemmer that the spread was 3.5.
Is that true?
Should I look it up?
I guess. I mean, we could just believe the guy, but
The only thing
I will say though, like
only
I
thing is that-
myself, maybe me and my remember this is before social media, but like me and all my friends, we were all very high in the Ravens because the defense was so good.
The only thing, and I think it was what I brought up in
For all
the
AFC
discussion,
guys, I mean,
was that the
biased.
Giants won the NFC Championship game by like 40.
Yes, they did.
That was the only thing
That was
that
against
I
that
could.
Vikings team.
Yes,
They
yes.
were like 15-1, right?
Like a Randall Cunningham
Oh
team.
yeah, 3. Honestly though, like but look at the total.
It's
though.
the same. The total was 33.
So that three is not a true
Jared
3.
Dilfer.
That's crazy.
Wait.
Yeah.
The total in the Super Bowl was 33.
Yes, that's how good the Ravens defense was. That, for real. That's why that 3. I know 3 seems small, but 3 when you look at the total actually is bigger than a normal 3.
The total was really 33 in that fucking
Isn't that
Super
crazy?
Bowl.
That's how that Ravens defense.
I find that hard
crazy,
to fucking believe, dude.
The Ravens defense was insane.
I mean, think Patriots Panthers only 3 years before it was 37.5.
33.
That's crazy. I mean, that's like about as low as you'll see any NFL total
ever.
Any game.
Like,
Yeah, I
ever,
know.
like ever.
Clemmer, I have a healthy debate for you.
Jesus.
I just thought of in my
He's
head.
gonna be such an
It's
asshole.
gonna be so, yeah.
Would
Somehow
you,
me being old or some
no,
wrong
no,
take
no.
I had
I think it's a very good question.
2.5 years ago.
So you're allowed to win one Super Bowl in your life.
Okay.
Would you rather it be when you were 8 years old or when you're 80 years old?
Older. It's better to go through the pain to enjoy than always be chasing the joy.
I think that's the right answer. I think it's the correct answer.
That's a life.
I think also at 8 years
Die-
old,
you
you
die a
don't
champion.
fully, as speaking backwards in my own life, I don't think you watch the games as much at 8 years old.
Do.
You don't
go
know
into
enough.
school-
You
go into
don't
school,
know
talk
enough to
shit.
consume. You're not analyzing. All right, whatever.
No, you're right. You're right. With
I think
that.
eight-
You're not.
analyzing.
You're not analyzing
Say
games
11
like
then.
we
Just
are.
say 11.
I think
No way.
Eight's
11's
like,
the
I
same.
think 8's like the earliest that you're really like taking
Then
it.
just
in.
say 11 then, Rico. It's the same difference. My
Okay.
thing is I'd
You're
rather
right
be
with
an
that.
old man celebrating a life
Right.
lived than always chasing that high.
Yeah, I mean,
But you wouldn't be
like,
chasing
when
it if
the
you already
Giants
lived
beat
it,
the
though.
Patriots
No,
in the
you
Super
always
Bowl.
no every single season going on, you would be chasing it. Phil.
But
It's
you'd always be able to say it's like at least I had my one.
yeah, but then you still want more. You're a sports fan.
You're still chasing it.
I remember being in 5th grade. The Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl, and I showed up late, and I was crying my eyeballs out because I was like, I cannot believe they fucking lost this game. My mom's like, put on your Patriots jersey, go into class, and be prideful.
That's the
Like,
worst
show
thing she ever
show some
did.
pride. I walk in, my friend goes, nice jersey. And I go, go fuck yourself. Immediately went to the principal's
Yeah.
office. Immediately. My mom didn't even leave the school's premise, and I got in trouble.
By the way, I love Phil. By the way, saying
The McDougal stories need a book.
Yeah.
Well, also,
Phil. Meanwhile, saying I'm not going to be chasing it. Meanwhile, this guy is having aneurysms with Daniel Jones, and you've won 2.
I'm not chasing Super Bowls, Clemmer. I'm chasing just being like
the Giants
average.
Are, the Giants are
Okay.
the weirdest franchise.
we're trying to
of
get
all
we're trying to get the train just back on the tracks here right now.
You guys are
You and me both.
We're trying to get it back on
you
the
guys are
tracks.
the weirdest franchise like ever.
But that's the only thing I feel lucky that like we won the Super Bowls. For me, I think like
Yeah,
perfect
2 was
ages.
big,
I was in
yeah.
8th grade and a senior in high school.
Yeah, like I'm.
Unbelievable ages to win.
But if you don't win another one when you're 7, you're gonna be like, fuck. It's been
No,
a
we're
long
gonna
time.
be
I'll
pissed.
be-
I agree with that for sure. I'll be like, fuck.
That's also a fact that I'll give you guys for free. Everyone acts like, oh, like the Patriots, like you've seen enough Super Bowls. You can never see enough Super Bowls.
That's a
That's
fact.
As
true.
soon as someone doubts you, you want to get back so fucking
Well, a
bad.
lot of people doubt you now, so that's good.
No, I agree. I mean, it's legitimately like we're having like a fucking a shit bowl like race to who could be the worst team in the AFC East between us and the Jets.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so sad that
Second year in a row.
Dude, I know.
It's
I
gonna
can't-
keep happening,
I
too.
cannot believe you've done this for a decade.
More longer than that.
I cannot wait for my
Welcome
Ravens
to the
come
party,
be our head
pal.
Coach.
2 left.
See, like if Vrabel was our coach and he sucked, I'd just be so happy that we had him over you. That I could just rub it in your face for like a month.
As long as you suck, I'd be happy. That's a win for both of us.
Who are you gonna get? Your owner? Nobody's
As
gonna
long as you
You're
suck,
not getting Ben
I'm
Johnson,
happy.
you're not
Every time the
getting
Patriots
Vrabel,
lose, I'm happy.
You're gonna get fucking
I
Rico
smile
Bosco
and
as
I
your
laugh.
safeties coach.
I laugh. It brings me so much joy.
Who is gonna be your coach? Nobody's gonna want to come play for your fucking owner.
Who's gonna be your coach? No one's gonna play for your fucking owner.
Mayo's got at least another
I agree,
year.
though.
Mayo's
like,
got
my
another
owner's
year.
a fucking
I agree.
joke.
I agree with what you're saying.
He wants to get into the fucking Hall of Fame, buddy. Shut the fuck up. Worry about the people you're fucking hiring.
Yeah.
Not even having a search for a head coach or a search for a GM, and you're blaming Bill Belichick for being all the root of your problems, and then you hire all the same people that are in his fucking camp that told him to sign Juju Smith-Schuster, and Belichick had to sign off on it, and Belichick got all the fucking blame for all those signings, but it's the same fucking idiots that are fucking there still.
Yes, this is good. Yes.
For the
Javon
record,
Bale's a fucking clown.
Yeah.
for the record, I would say Bob Kraft definitely deserves to be in the Hall.
Absolutely.
He does.
All right, Bucks
Absolutely.
Cowboys
Without question.
Sunday Night Football.
Without-
He does,
Oh,
but he's so,
Phil's moving the
he's
show.
so worried about it. He's so
Yeah, I
worried.
would have moved. I mean, yeah.
I'm enjoying this hate. This is bringing me so much joy.
Bucks minus 3.5 going to Dallas. Maybe I'm an idiot because now the 3 games I've circled are road favorites, all by 3.5 in that world. I've been pretty good with the NFL straight up, though. I'm going to take Tampa Bay here minus the 3.5. I like this Bucks team. I know Dallas has shown some fight here with Cooper Rush. Total 48.5. I like Tampa Bay here.
Yeah, I like the over. It's tough because this feels like the squarest of square picks, like the Tampa.
I was on 3 that I
But they're
seen.
better.
Yeah, they're all
they're
pretty
obviously
square.
much better. And I like Baker. Like he's a gamer, and they're in a no let up spot. Like they need every fucking game. I like the over, but yeah, I guess I'll lean Bucks right now. I don't know where I'll be Sunday night, but
Line moved to 4. I got it at 4. I'm in the Bucks as well. I think the Cowboys offense, I don't trust it, and the Bucks have been playing pretty well. And if it's square, it's square, I guess. But I think it's a good pick.
I'm taking the over almost for me. If my mental process is like almost like an insurance policy. It feels like on the Bucks because I just feel like the Bucks are going to score, but it just if Cowboys can keep up and just like keep scoring, you can get out of there at least with a wash, I guess.
Green Bay minus 14 hosting New Orleans. Total 42.5. Yeah, a lot of points. I mean, the way Green Bay ran all over them, the Saints are a fucking disaster. Take your pick with this
Or
one.
the tease, boys. Throwing in that tease,
Yeah.
that 3-team tease gets the Packers down to minus 4.
Okay. So things I've penciled in for sure. Philly minus 3.5. The Rams minus 3. Tampa Bay minus 3.5.
Some of these are gross games.
If you were looking at
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the Steelers. I absolutely love Steelers. I love. They're definitely locked in. Chiefs. I really like. Jets. I'm pretty solid on. Eagles. I'm pretty solid on. Panthers probably too. Seahawks. Feel pretty good about.
if Hank is listening to
Niners,
this,
I'll be on.
I'll give you the ugliest hungry dogs run faster of all time. Carolina, Tennessee, and Jacksonville.
I don't hate that though. That's so doable. That's
I love
live.
that.
It's ugly because of the teams, but they're all playing dog shit teams too.
So it is
I'm on
what
the
it
Bucks
is.
minus 4. That 3-team parlay, 10 the tease, excuse me.
Tease.
Packers minus 4, Bills minus 4, Falcons plus 1.5, Jaguars plus 1. Under pick of the week, under Caleb Williams interceptions plus money, plus 130. And then I also have I have this play I like for the Pats game. James Cook anytime touchdown, and if you want to do the Drake May interception play, it's plus 150.
Okay.
So there you go. Drake May does a pick. James Cook scores a touchdown. That's plus 150.
Plus 150.
And then I'm on the Steelers plus 7.
Can I add to
Yeah,
your
sure.
Hungry Dog really quick?
Yeah.
Also, the Titans head coach came out and was like talking about, like, someone asked, is your team soft? And he's like, you can call like my team a lot, like we don't have the wins there, but if you've watched this team and you call them soft, like you just don't know ball. Stuck up for his guys. The
I like
exact
that.
opposite of my coach. I was gonna take the Titans no matter what. I'm adding that entire play that you just took, Bosco.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's gross, but it's live. What do you guys got behind the glass in terms of things you would lock into pen?
I'm gonna take that Hungry Dog. I think I'm gonna take all those plays by themselves and then parlay them together money lines.
Phil?
Drake May under half an interception. Caleb Williams under half an interception.
All right, there you go. We're riding
And
the K1.
I'll do that Jets and Rams Madden play. I'll send a game of that.
Right,
yeah.
well,
Let me know how that goes, Phil.
Love it.
Dying to see how that
So
goes.
I also
yeah.
have I'm going back to the well. Seahawks plus 3.
Love it.
All right.
Love it.
Back to the well. Yeah,
Dayton
that would
money line
suck.
to-
Yeah.
Dayton money line tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be easy. I mean, we're a top 10 team in the country.
All right.
We're better than we would beat Alabama on a neutral court.
Alabama did not play well against North Dakota. I will say that. Did not
Yeah,
play
you
well.
wouldn't. Our guards would have you guys in a fucking
All right.
twister.
Fair enough.
Why don't you just pay attention to us a little bit?
All right. Fair enough. Listen, you're on my list. I got your merch. I wear your merch.
No, I don't want you to. You do not claim us.
Okay.
You're like, as the St. John's guys treat you, like that's me with Dayton. Like we don't want your stink. Get
All
away
right.
from
You
us.
can claim Dayton football like John Gruden. Like,
Yeah,
We
exactly.
all
Chuck
do.
Noll, John Gruden, Adam Troutman. Add that to my list. Adam Troutman touchdown, University of Dayton.
All right. Fair
Broncos
enough.
tight end.
All right. That is
Thank you, everybody, for
Central.
watching.
Thanks for
Merry
watching for the
holidays.
year. Enjoy the couple of weeks off. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Be safe. Go with DraftKings. Go with Omaha. Go with Game Time. Enjoy your holiday. We'll catch you in the new year.
Look at all of our X's for picks.